It is our Cat Connection on KFJB-TV. We're here with girls track, Chet Pedig, head coach. How are you?
Good. Yourself?
I'm doing great. How's the season going so far?
It's going pretty good. I think our team is pretty young this year. Last year we had 18 girls. We're up to 40 this year. 80% of those girls have never been out for track before. So we've had a very steep learning curve. I think we're happy with the progress we've made. I think if you would have asked us, we would have thought we would have made a little more progress by now. But again, we have to keep reminding ourselves that for most of our team, track is brand new, and they're learning every single day in practice, and they're definitely learning every single day at a meet of what it's like to be a track athlete.
You've been learning how to run in the wind this spring, I think, too, right?
Yeah, we're definitely kind of tired of the wind. It seems like even at practice, you're always yelling over the wind, and that's wearing on everybody.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. So third on Monday at the Marshalltown Girls Relay. Valley, I know, got number one in that, but it looked like really tough competition. What'd you make of the team's performance?
Last night and last week at Cedar Falls were the two nights where it started to click for people. When we talk about handoffs, when we talk about that explosion out of the zone, we've had a hard time with trusting that they want to wait for the baton, and they want to wait instead of get up to speed. And so we saw progress in that last night. Last week at Cedar Falls, I really thought we saw progress with our middle distance kids finally pushing themselves a little bit and breaking through that uncomfortable barrier and sticking their nose up there with the lead pack. And when you do that, you're going to run a faster time. And we really felt like, last week at Cedar Falls and last night, we started to see breakthroughs all the way around. Our throwers have had PRs 2 meets in a row. Alyssa Griggs, 88 feet last night.
Wow.
Amaya Moore in the long jump only has jumped only in her third meet last night. Got fourth, jumped 15:10. Very respectable distance. That'll make her very competitive for the remainder of the season. So, yeah, we were happy with a lot of the things that happened last night.
We're dodging soccer balls, equipment, all that out here with the wind. I mean, you mentioned that being a challenge. So on a day like today, do you think that really benefits your team, though, in maybe rest of the season, or are you just like, whatever?
Marshalltown's not the only place with wind, so there is no advantage to it. We do use the wind to our advantage sometimes and have the sprinters run with the wind at their back and have them kind of over-accelerate, things like that. The day after a meet, we're recovering today. We ran them hard last night. Everybody ran 3 times with only 4 teams. It was a very short turnaround. Some of our kids only had 15-20 minutes recovery time between races. Not ideal as far as that goes, but it was still a good night. And we're not going to worry about the wind today. We're just going to recover today and heal up from last night. What's
it like to be on this new surface?
It's fast. It's a fast track. Lots of compliments from the coaches last night. Valley has a nice facility, but he was very complimentary of what we've done here. He's come here for as long as I've been here. The 20 years I've been here, they've been coming. He was very complimentary of what we've done. All the other coaches from Parkersburg and East liked the track. It's fast, it's grippy, it's spongy. Even makes an old guy like me feel fast sometimes.
You talked a little bit about just the aspect of being uncomfortable, maybe challenging yourself, that kind of thing. You coach on the cross-country side, which is all about being uncomfortable. I know you've mentioned that. So how have you seen somebody really stand out with pushing themselves and getting uncomfortable and really improving?
Well, yeah, Tia, our senior, she was been a sprinter for 3 years, ran cross-country the last 2 years, and decided to move up to the distance events. And she is someone who has really, the past 3 or 4 weeks, really pushed herself, and gotten into that lead group and challenged herself. And sometimes she found out that lead group was just a little too much, and other times she found out I can hang with them. She's had great time drops the past 3 weeks. Anessa Morrison is only a sophomore. She's doing really well. She's kind of our ace in the 3,000 right now. We don't have too many other girls who are willing to step up and do that. She's done a really good job with that. Matea Wright, another freshman, first-year track athlete, has kind of pushed herself. So we've, every night. I think last week at Cedar Falls, I think we had 8 PRs in the distance events, in those middle distance, and so that whole group is really learning, sprinting wise. senior Olivia Williams, someone that we can move around from the 1, the 2, and the 4, and you just know she's going to compete every time. She's going to get after it. She was 4th last night in the 100, her first time in the Open 100, and she also anchored our sprint medley with the 66 400. So very versatile, very competitive. Yeah, we have plenty of girls who are learning how to push themselves and get out of that comfort zone. And when you do, good things happen, and usually you recover a lot faster when you've had a good performance. You feel better a lot faster, and that lactic acid is still there, but it doesn't hurt quite as bad.
Yeah, and you mentioned Tia Gallegos. We're going to talk to her in just a moment. Last question for you, Chad. May 2nd, I know you've got big conference meet at Ames. As you take them on, what are you kind of looking for your team in the next week or so to improve on to get ready for that?
Yeah, we want to, we spend the first part of the season trying to figure out our combinations and maybe qualify something for Drake, which we didn't get that done. So now it's all the focus is on the championship part of the season. It's on conference and districts and seeing if we can get somebody or something to state. And so we'll continue to work on all those things. Like I said, even with our young team, we're going to continue working on all of the handoffs and all of that stuff, the accelerations and stuff. But I obviously we want to put together some competitive events here over these next 2 weeks, and I think we have the pieces. That the girls have to have the confidence. They have to believe that they are the pieces, that they're the right pieces, and that they can do that. Overall, we just want to continue to make progress. If we continue to make progress, I think as a coaching staff we'll be happy, and that will, we return 34 out of those 40 girls next year. And so if we can continue to make progress, build towards next year, I think all of us coaches will be happy.
Well, we always appreciate the time. Good to chat with you, and we love your passion for running.
Thanks. Appreciate that. Appreciate the time. It's our Cat Connection. We're here with Tia Gallegos. We saw her on the basketball floor. She was one of the rowdy ones. Do you get a little rowdy out here on the track surface?
Well, it's a lot different, but I guess, yeah.
You got to get somebody fired up. When you're running out there, you got to get some juice, right?
Yeah, you have to stay pumped for your race. Otherwise, if you're having a bad mentality, you're going to have a bad race. Yeah. That's just how it is.
All right, so how's the season going so far? I know you're involved in the 800-meter dash, first on the team with a time at 2:40.
Yeah, it's a good race. I like it. I think the season's going pretty well so far.
Is this a good day to kind of get out and practice because it's so windy?
No, it's a perfect day to practice. This wind makes you push and it makes you better.
Yeah, that is for sure. Of course, it's your senior season. How fun has it kind of been to work with Coach Chad Pedig and improve in what you're doing out there on the track?
Oh yeah, since switching to distance this year, it's like a whole other experience. I'm having a good season, I think, and it's just fun overall, and it's really different than sprinting.
Yeah. What's the main difference for you?
Well, frankly, in sprints you never went out and ran 6 miles, so yeah.
I get where you're going there. That's awesome. Hey, Tia, thanks so much, and best of luck rest of the season.
All right, thank you so much.
Tia Gallegos with us right here with our Cat Connection on KFJB-TV.